Many power tool companies will tell you they've got the best power tool range on the market. It's pretty hard to have the best cordless tool range when you don't have the best battery. Milwaukee are so confident that they've got the best battery that they're opening it up to the dealer and the end user so they can see exactly how it's made and who makes it. Here we have the current range of batteries available for the M18 platform. In the front we have the 1.5 amp hour and the 3 amp hour red lithium batteries. And available now to the end user is the upgrade of the brand new 2 amp hour and 4 amp hour red lithium battery, giving them even greater runtime and more productivity. First thing to consider is what hurts batteries. There are many different things that renders the battery unusable. We at Milwaukee believe the construction of the battery has a lot to do with its durability and longevity. So let's pull one apart and see how we address these issues. The base of the battery. If you have a look at the current batteries available on the market today from the opposition, and we encourage you to do that, not many of them have dealt with the issue of impact damage. At Milwaukee we've put a nice big heavy duty rubber boot on the bottom of the battery. So if there is any dropping of the battery or dropping of the tool, the rubber boot will help deal with any impact damage. Another issue that can potentially see the end of a battery's life is water. At Milwaukee we've addressed this by putting one-way weep holes into the battery, allowing water to escape. This water can be a build-up of condensation or through use of the tool. For example, using a saber saw and a water pipe, the water follows the tool down and the battery is the end point where it could accumulate. As well as the heavy duty boot previously mentioned on the outside of the casing, Milwaukee also insert this flexible cell seat to help prevent impact damage, a level of protection that our opposition just do not offer. Moving on to the internal components, the cells used to make up Milwaukee batteries were developed in partnership with Samsung. This was to ensure greatest durability and the longest runtime possible for the use in power tools. Unlike many other power tool companies, Milwaukee actually make their own batteries. We buy the cells that we help develop, bring them back to our own factories and construct the battery in-house. This is why we can give you a market-leading warranty when it comes to our batteries. As previously mentioned, many things can hurt a battery. Water, heat, dropping, and the other thing is vibration. Okay, if these welds here separate from the cell, this battery is useless. So the way Milwaukee has combated this is by putting reinforced cradles in there to house these cells and make them nice and snug. If you ever get the chance to open one, try and twist it. It's very stable. Then one piece of nickel is folded over the top of these cells and 4-point welds for each cell. This is to ensure that the nickel plate doesn't come away from the cell. As well as protecting the cells, this heavy duty housing also protects the brains of the battery, the electronic module. With this roll cage type housing, this will help if the battery is dropped. All the terminals are housed neatly in the top, not allowing any movement, thus ensuring a good connection with the terminals that are actually in the tools. The brains of the battery, the electronic module. This patented electronic module is what makes Milwaukee batteries the smartest batteries on the planet. This module monitors each cell individually, monitoring discharge, recharge, and also maintaining a temperature so that the battery works to its optimum. This module also controls the overload protection. If the battery in any way is being abused by the end user, the battery recognises this and goes into total shutdown, stopping the tool immediately. This allows no more current to go to the motor, the switch, which protects the tool from damage. Once the end user realises that they have overloaded the tool, all they need to do is release the trigger. When they pull the trigger again to start work, the battery kicks back in. When the battery is put in constant overload, the temperature of the cells will rise. The electronic module will notice this and put the battery in what is called limp mode. This sometimes is mistaken for a faulty switch. So if a customer comes in saying that the tool is working intermittently, check with another battery. The electronic module may just be protecting the tool and the battery. Return the battery back to the charger and do a full cycle recharge. This will reset the battery and ready to use again. Another great feature of the Milwaukee batteries is a fuel gauge, a feature that current Milwaukee users probably take for granted. Amazingly, a major competitor out there still doesn't have a fuel gauge on their battery. Not because it's a patent, other companies have got it, it's because it costs money. They focus on getting a product out there at cheapest possible price. Milwaukee focus on getting the best possible product out there at a competitive price. It's the obvious statement to say that the battery is the most important part of the cordless tool, but it's not always obvious to the end user that all batteries just aren't the same. We've done our best in this module to show you an exploded view and show you how we make it and who makes it. Why not ask the opposition power tool companies to do the same? Ask them who makes theirs, how they make them, what's in them. Additional information, go to milwaukeetools.com.au.